Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. We are back in our crazy little pocket world here of Satisfactory. Machines are rolling. Going and grooving. Got plenty of fuel. Little extras in there. I did let these guys run a little bit yesterday, so that way we can have a little bit of a build-up. Hence, I'm ready to kind of try to get what I need to finish what I need, right? So I just said that twice, but nonetheless, should have almost everything we need. Oh, look, we do have everything we need. So let's go ahead and get this next tier done, or well, not tier, but next milestone. There we go.
Milestone also you're in a direct these such as
I don't need Ada's commentary right now. So one of the things that we got to get through all the rest of tier 2, and as the title suggests, I'm gonna sort of set up some stacking factory stuff over here because I have a kind of a limited space and I need to be able to make things for the space elevator among other components that we're not currently making. So there you go. So we got some stuff to do. I guess I should go ahead and maybe get started on this too. We'll be able to
unknown kinetics
we can do some MAM stuff with this. Let's see, what do we got in for sulfur? Because we can unlock some pretty decent things with sulfur, right?
this unknown sulfur in
Just have to turn Ada off. Yeah, because we can get to the point where we can make black powder, although we need coal, and I actually have some coal. We'll be able to make some detonators and then other cool things. In the meantime, let's pick our next one here. So these are the ones we have left. Again, I don't really care about jump pads, but we're going to need logistics MK2. We're definitely going to need obstacle clearing because we're going to put the space elevator up there, I think. Which means I got to cut a lot of trees down. So, yeah. Definitely going to need all that. These require reinforced iron plates, which we're not making yet. This one does not. So let's get this one done next, and then we'll come back to that one. And the good news is we have, well, I'll have to make cables, but it's not a big deal. Should be pretty straightforward there. We do need to make a lot of screws, so I might set up a little temporary machine for that. 193, I think I have enough. I wanted to continue making rods, so I think I'll just set it right over here rather than attaching it to that. So let's just put our constructor right here. We'll just oh, I need cables. It's like, why won't it connect? Apparently I used up all the cables I had. Let's make a bunch of cables real quick. do need to make 100, so I guess I will need to grab some more wire. We can make some more cables. So, just that first. And this way, we need 500 screws. I don't need a ton of screws, as in, I don't need any more than I need, kind of thing. At least not until we get to space elevator parts. Oh, wrong side. That side. So I'll just have it making things for right now. In the meantime, I need to go get wire so we can make the cables I need. I should be coming back any moment. I got plenty of it on me. Okay. We'll just make it over here. I'm not too worried about doing a little bit of stuff manually. You know, 'cause we're talking small stuff here. It's just small stuff, it's fine. I don't need to set up a production for that. But we will be setting up production for all of this. For sure. Down to right about there. Okay. We just need the 500 of those, which we're in the middle of making that now. So we'll just make as much as we need and not some more. There's that. Now I could make the awesome sink, but I don't really want to give that up some of my stuff yet, so we'll hold off on the awesome sink. It's not really a requirement at the moment. Let's put some more rods in here. Sort those out. Put it over here. Still got plenty of power right now. Not doing too bad. When we unlock the obstacle clearing, we can kind of work up there a little bit while some of this stuff builds up. We'll set up basic build up of what we need for the space elevator, so it can just kind of, sort of churn through it all while we're up there clearing obstacles. And I might set up a small little thing over here specifically for making fuel. Boy, we got to build up a fuel. So, hope everybody had a good week so far. My week has gone okay. I am glad it's Friday. That is for sure. So the plan, you know, I have a decent amount of room here, so the plan is still, from my point of view, to kind of build out a double-decker here, and then probably another one behind it with other, like, machines that need to go from there to there. So to be kind of like two-layer platform of sorts. And yeah, it's just so we can make sure that we can get everything that we need to get into tiers 3 and 4. So not only is it about the space elevator, but it's also about those special plates that we need. And being that we need 20 times the normal amount means we need like 1,000 of those, I think. I want to say. So we have a little bit of it to make. As far as over here goes, that one over there is another one of these. So we don't need, definitely don't need sulfur for a while. Got plenty of that. Just kind of exploring a little bit here. I don't think we have anything on the end here. But you can kind of see what's on the base bottom here. Sandy areas. Good stuff. Now we might have to, and I know for a fact we're going to. I believe that's a pure node up there, so we're going to be tapping off of that one too. Because a lot of what we're going to be making is going to be mostly iron based, with some copper involvement. So we're definitely going to be using that one, but I'll probably ramp over to it rather than trying to not fall off the edge like I did on the last stream there. All right, let's go check on this guy. See how we're doing. Slowly making progress. 300, need 200 more. Do we have any, I could do a little overclocking here. Technically, I can overclock this. I mean, it would just be building at normal speed. Not completely normal speed, but yeah, there we go. 15 a minute. Used a little bit more power, so nothing too strenuous over here, I don't think. No, we're still not close to the 20. So we should be good. Take this little bit there. All right. So hopefully everything's coming in clear. Both Twitch and YouTube, because I am broadcasting live on both platforms. So if you're new to the stream, you know, if you're on one, hit the follow. If you're on the other one, well, subscribe and hit the like button. And we probably should make some more of this. I mean, I don't need a huge amount of it, but YouTube, all good. Good to hear, my man. Welcome, Chris. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. You're doing well. Kind of in partial limbo, I guess, until we get all of this made up. Went to the office today, so a bit tired. When I got home, it was Bloody Mary Friday at the office. Wow. Very nice. I mean, I've never really had Bloody Mary, so I don't know what that's like, but right on, man. Speaking of, you know, drinks that have a little kick to them, I need to, you know, after the stream tonight, I might just grab one of my glasses and have me some of my cinnamon whiskey that I have. That is really good. It's got that sort of hint like you're chewing on big red gum, so it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that kind of punchy in a whiskey. It's very good. I haven't drank any in about a month, so I guess I'm due for a little bit. All right. Slow that down now. I think that's all we needed, or did we need 300? Was it 200 or 300 that we needed? No, 200. Got it. All right.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel created from any biomass. You could.
All right. So with that, we can now make better biofuel. So we're gonna make some biofuel now. Do it manually for the moment. We'll eventually maybe do some automation with that, but for right now, just want to make up what we have left. So that way we can, I can switch out the biomass for solid biofuel in there, and that way it'll stay a little longer. And then we're going to go clear some area upstairs there while getting ready for the space elevator. So I don't mind doing this part here, but I won't be making any more manually this way. I'll be doing it the traditional way of manufacturing here in a moment. It is kind of tough because you don't have like smart splitters, so you kind of have to figure out which ones you want to do first, either leaves or wood, and then feed that into the other one to make the biomass. It'd be quite the challenge. But at any rate, we'll be able to clear out a whole lot of stuff. So I'm probably going to create a container and put it somewhere, so that way I can store all of that, because it's going to make a lot of up there. Now, last time I played over in this area of the map as a starter, I did put my space elevator up there, but I think I want to say I built a flat platform to put it on, because it's not exactly completely flat up there either. So we'll figure that one out and kind of go from there. How much do I have left? I have 152. So here's what I'm gonna switch this one over to biomass. Do that now, or solid biofuel. We'll have it make it, and I'm going to switch that over. As soon as it finishes that last little bit, that should slow down that burn. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go up there and start clearing that out. Yeah, I could put, well, I don't really have I could put a container over here. Do I have enough to make one? I do. Let's go the other way. We'll just make a temporary deal there. That way I can just feed all that in, and it can make whatever it needs to. Alright, so let's go upstairs here. Let's, actually I need some of that biofuel. I gotta make a chainsaw, so I'll keep that. But I need to make a chainsaw real quick, so what do I need for that? Of course I need screws. I have everything else except for screws. Why am I not surprised at all? So I'll take the time to do this manually just to get it over with. Of course, I don't need 1,000 of them, so there is that. Anybody got any weekend plans going? I have, you know, about 3 weeks ago, I think. Maybe a month. I can't remember, but I built these wooden frames out of fencing 2x4s from my neighbor's fence to make a raised garden, and I made the side frames, but I hadn't actually attached them to make the box yet. That's what I plan to do tomorrow. I think I need to get that made, get some additional woods. Why am I making so many of these things? Some additional supports, and then I start adding slats in to get the. I should have had this thing done in May, and I just didn't. So that's on me, but you know, it's just the nature of things. All right, I'm gonna move a bunch of stuff over. I don't know why I have so many copper ingots, or even limestone for that matter. I'm just gonna get rid of those. Rotors. I want to make sure I have plenty of room for stuff. So mowing if it doesn't rain. You know, for me, well, I had my son mow the yard earlier this week, so it doesn't need to be mowed. So I'm going to start at the peak of the top of that hill and just start clearing. I don't think I'm going to clear everything. I'm just going to clear a decent amount up here because I might just build the platform, and you know, like I said, a lot of this is angled, so it's not flat. So I'm going to have to like build it out anyway. So I might as well start from the top up here and sort of work my way that way a little bit. Yeah. Perfect. Just clearing out some of the stuff in front here. I think that might be enough. Maybe go one more here. All right, so how much? I have 111 concrete, but only 59 iron plates. So I'm gonna go back down and get a bunch of concrete and plates so we can kind of build a platform here. I'll have to put some ramps or something in there so that way I can get up to it once I get it made. Well, I might not have to, but parts of it I probably will. So I guess I should actually pick the Mark II stuff here. It might actually be worthwhile. So I've got 46. I must have used a couple when I made that one thing. So I need 200 of those. I need 300 of those. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Take care of that. Let's get one more. I am also making other things, so let's just take all that. Alright, let's get the Mark II thing done so that way we can focus on that up there. Alright. So I need 4 of these. Here we go. So now we basically have all the milestones minus the jump pads, which again I don't really care too much about, and they need rotors anyway. Everything's pretty much done except for those. So as far as I'm concerned, they're done. How many? Okay, I've got plenty of that. So I did get a whole bunch of things here to make more of this stuff. And that's maxed out. Don't really have a place to put any of that. Technically I do. I kind of don't. Make a... How much are those things? Oh, those don't use them. Okay. For some reason I thought they did. Oh, it's this thing that uses it. That's right. Yeah, that way we can get that stuff out, and then I'll take care of this stuff really quickly here, just to kind of get that something to do. Look at that. That's... Oof, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's good. We'll have plenty of biofuel, especially when I start building the stacks, which we're going to do shortly here. Right now I have to gather enough materials for the to make the space elevator. In fact, let's look at that here. So space elevator, let's do that so that way we can see what we have to do. So 1500 wire, 400, and then yeah. So we almost have enough to make it already. Which should be good. Once we get the platform set up, I'll go check on the rest of the parts being made. I think we already have everything to make it. But, you know, like I said, I got to get the platform made to put it on. And then come down and check on it. But in the meantime, I'm going to have this just make a whole crap load of biofuel. even though we're on half power, we're going to be switching from this kind of biomass burner to the one that gets fed, and that way we won't have to worry about having to go and feed it ourselves. For now, we're going to go up there. I probably could have chose a different place to put it, but you know, it's what I chose, so that's what I'm going to use. I was looking at there's a Discord that I joined for um, that Postal Simulator game or whatever it's called. And if what they said is true, it looks like they might have an update for that in a couple of weeks. So that'll be good. All right. I kind of want to... We're going to zoop this a little bit. Okay. Might have to clear out another tree. Now, granted, I don't know if that's going to fit good because of that's in the way, so we might have to take it up a level. Maybe not quite that level, but maybe go with a 2 meter. We could probably go with a 1. Yeah. Dang it. Hit the wrong button. So this would be the right height. Hit the wrong button. This is what happens when you play other games and then you forget your own, you forget to keep board shortcuts. I didn't want to go too far out because I don't know how far I need to go. Alright, so I don't need to worry about the other foundation since we have this height figured out. And I don't remember exactly how the dimensions of it either, so I know it's big, I just don't remember exactly how big. How many of these we need to make. Alright, let's go down. I guess clear out these trees over here. Alright. Oh dear. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to ramp up to there. It's not very cozy. Let's see. Let's go vertical. Down like that. All right. So, I want to say this thing's going to have to be way wider than that. Looks like it would probably fit. What do you guys think? We'd probably go one more row, maybe? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll probably fit. Yeah, it'll probably fit. Let's go ahead and go down and check on the components here. So, there's that way we have a way to get up and down. Didn't even realize I had that. I didn't have to go all the way over there. Okay, so I know I have enough wire because I saw tons of it. Rods are going to be a bit. We have enough plates. Enough of those. Enough of that. So we're just waiting on rods right now. Just waiting on rods. So let's just amp that one up a little bit. And put this one on hold for a minute. That way it's building a little faster over there. In the meantime, let's do some more of this biomass to make more biofuel, because why not? At any rate, we're feeding in. There we are. Now we technically have, I mean, how fast does this thing need to be fed? 120, so we can update this to a 120 line, potentially. Granted, it runs on that, so, right. I don't want to well, I can't really do it right now because I need a lot of iron rods, so let's just take a big stack of these and over here. I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. Oh, no worries, man. We are good. We are good. Just, I got a nice flat area up there for the space elevator. Now I just need 400 rods, so that way we can get the space elevator made. And once I get the space elevator made, I'm in the middle of making a whole bunch of solid biofuel, fueling up for the multi-stack compact factory that we're going to be putting over here. So that way we can work on getting to tiers 3 and 4. Because, you know, we have 20 times the requirement. So whatever, the requirement, I believe it's 50 is the normal one. So if it's 20 times, well, that's at least 1,000, I think. So, yeah. So at this point, we're making fuel. We're not using a lot of fuel, as you can see. We're almost at max capacity because of the overclocking, but just the way it goes. Plus, I have plenty of biofuel on me. I sped this thing up because I need it spitting out more iron. I suppose I could probably switch this one over to iron and go ahead and let it build iron too. Run that one at normal speed. And take that one and run it at normal speed. That'll make 30 a minute instead of the 22. Oh. Is it just me, or did that bean start to take a dump in this sulfur pit over here? I saw him squat. Did you guys see him squat? That looked awkward. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. That's where the sulfur comes from, right? Right. Okay, so, right, so while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and take some of this out because it's not being used at the moment. Just taking out the copper because I already have all the wire I need. And, you know, we're going to be, I said, building these compact factory build. So, why not? I'm just going to throw that out because I don't need it. Okay. So right now we're just waiting on rods. Just under 100 more, then we can go build the space elevator. So yeah, Wednesday on the last stream, we did get a hard drive, and unfortunately did not get a very good reward. So I didn't pick one. So this one will be subject to a rescan, just not right now. As far as the components go, can't really do much with this one. I mean, I can get the sulfur, and I think I already have the black powder, but can't really do anything until I actually find coal. I have some coal in here. How much coal do I have, actually? I have 100 coal. So I have enough to unlock black powder. But I don't know, you know, what am I going to do with it? I can't do anything with it right now. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here that we're going to put through the awesome sink to get some points. But we're going to worry about that later as well. See if this thing's already. Unfortunately, I can't make it go any faster. Almost there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to do something good with the compactness of it. At least that's kind of where I'm going to go with it, I guess. Sort of lay it out. I'm not going to do one of those big, huge super factories over here because it's just not a lot of space. And in the original playthrough, this was all iron nodes over here instead of sulfur and all that. So definitely a different layout, right? We're going to be tapping into that one over there, which we're going to need. That's a pure node, so yeah, we are going to have to make some reinforced iron plates to get the speed. or if anything, I probably won't set that one up yet. I'll get this one going to make reinforced iron plates. You get to the point where I can make them anyway. And then we'll be in a good spot. We just have enough rods. We have one more rod than we need. So let's go up there and let's build the space elevator. And I think I have enough space. So we'll find out. Wow. Dang it. Alright. Let's just do it from here then. And I need to be able to get to... I need to be able to get to that, really. This is one of those instances where I like the drone mode from the other game that we were playing. Well, we had enough. We could have went a little bit more that way, but yeah. We have enough to where I can walk over here. Oh, 1,250 smart plating. Alright, so we have everything. Now we just need to complete our phase.
Project subsequent. It is Earth is due.
Sorry, Ada, I'm not really in the mood. Alright, so right now the only thing we really... Well, I honestly want to switch this over to plates now. Because we're going to need more plates than rods, I think. At least switch this one over to plates. Alright. Alright, so I want to let those two kind of build up a little bit. Of course, I need plenty of concrete. So that's kind of where we're at. We got to let these build up a little bit so I can have a supply. Otherwise, you know, we're going to run out really quick because I need to be able to set up the foundations and everything. So we're getting there. We're going to get that compactness done. In the meantime, we're making solid biofuel. And look at that. We got biofuel for a while. That's good. Let things speed up a little bit. All right. Hello, Pack Snoop. What's up, my man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. All right. In the meantime, we're gonna get ready to. I got a general idea on the plan for this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cut this thing off soon. Well, shit, it's already maxed out, so turn the fucking thing off. Damn, I didn't even bother to check that. I got so much iron. So much iron. Okay, I don't need this all built out. We'll probably trash a lot of it. I hope everybody enjoys the stream. We're getting ready to be doing some compact, referred to as compact factory building, since we're kind of in a little canyon, closed space here. Just needed to get to the point where I'm at right now, but I need to build up a little bit of stock in plates. Rods I don't need nearly as much because I think I have enough rods now, so I might switch these over to plates. And I need the plates more. Definitely need the plates more because the plates is what we use with those, because I haven't unlocked pure concrete yet, so got to go with what we can make. Leftover stuff here. Go. All right. This is going good. We're going with half power. So all the machines use half the normal power. This is the custom build. We have 20 times the space elevator. That's why we have to do 1250 instead of 50. Although I think their math... Well, no, yeah. Oh, 25 times, not 20 times. 25 times, so yeah. So that makes sense. And what else did I do? Oh, well, random nodes, pure most of the time. So instead of this being an iron over here, this is sulfur node. And the one over there that is normally copper is also a sulfur node. So we have two nice big sulfur nodes over here. We're not really using for anything, at least not yet. This is a pure node over here. There's my space elevator in my kind of sort of mock-up way. We'll make it better later because I'll probably, well, obviously I'll move it to a different location when the time comes. And where we would normally have the node that we normally have over here, which is Caterium, is actually limestone. So yeah, I don't even think we have Caterium anywhere near us right now. So I'm trying to remember exactly where all the nodes are, because like I said, they said in the first episode, I mostly started in the desert for the last several playthroughs, so I didn't really make it over here. So I don't remember where everything's at, so I'm sure I'm going to miss a whole lot of stuff until I get used to the area again. But yeah. If I remember correctly from the original, we actually had coal over here. It was, if I remember correctly, it was down this way, wasn't it? It was down here somewhere where I had coal, because I remember making a coal generator over here. I think I might have even tried that trick where you put the water in on that one machine over there. I want to say there's coal. There was coal over here somewhere. But being that this is random nodes, there's no telling what it could be over here. Do tell me you have seen Summer Games Fest event. Proto from Twitch? I did not. But I'm sure you will tell me about it. We have an iron node over here instead of coal. Okay. So Proto, since you weren't here Wednesday, I am now streaming on YouTube along with Twitch. So you know. And I don't know if you do any. Do you do any moderating for YouTube channels? I am dual streaming. Yes. I'm using the Atom multi-stream plugin for OBS. Yeah, so that is an iron node instead of coal. Are there any other nodes over here? There's so much brush. I wonder I find the nodes to begin with. No, I am under a different name on YouTube. Okay. Well, you can join my YouTube stream if you want to also kind of do that. I mean, if you don't moderate YouTube, that's fine. But you know, if you want to come on over here, let me help you with that real quick. Give me a second, guys. Copy link. I mean, I don't know. Do you actually, are you subscribed to my YouTube channel at all? Because that's the YouTube one that should take you directly to the live stream. Yeah, let me know if it's not. But that's the one it should take you to the live stream. Alright, I think I might have enough now. For a little while. That's... How much do I have? That's 400. That. All this extra limestone. I don't know why I have so much limestone. Alright. Alright, I'm going to have you build out all the rest of your remaining limestone. And this is already cut off, so here's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to take that out, let you build out the rest of yours. Got a parrot over here. And this, you know what? Moderate on YouTube is a lot harder without KumaBot Defender equals cannot ban but timeout user instead. Okay. Yeah, I don't, right now I just have StreamerBot and Stream Elements kind of helping me. So I haven't really set individuals up to moderate the channel, so if it's something you want to help me with, that would be, you know, that would be great, and we'll make the arrangements. Okay. How much do I need for the awesome sink? Cables, which I can make. I have plenty. Oh, I don't have any? Or no, I have plenty. Okay. Make a little bit. Okay, reinforced iron plates. So I'm gonna use, I might as well use the awesome sink to get rid of all that raw iron rather than throwing it away. So that is what's going to happen here. Although right now this thing is, that's almost empty. As soon as this is empty, I'm going to put it right here. So I'll give that a moment to do what it needs to do. I think I'm going to move this to when it's time. Granted, right now it's powering everything, so... And this thing appears to be done now, so that's good. So how many rolls did we get? Oh, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna take this out. This out. This out. This out. And I'm gonna put the storage box back here for right now. I'm gonna put it right there, actually. And this will just be for me to store just generic shit. So power, you know, as far as like this stuff goes, that. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff sitting in this container over here because I'm going to move all that over there too. Okay, I can't move anymore, so so actually let's just put those in here. Go. Okay. Good. Fair enough. Okay. That's good. We can kind of start cleaning all this up now. All right. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it now. That's the only... actually, everything should be built now. Let's just kind of clear things out. I am going to move that down and I'm going to power some stuff back up again. So like I said, I want to get rid of all of that through the other stuff. And all this stuff's gonna, a lot of this stuff will get replayed, moved to a different spot or whatever. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to move this over up against the rock over there. Get rid of the bean. Get out of here, bean. All right, so we're gonna put the hub over here. Kind of out of the way. You know, I'll still be able to access power for the moment because I'm going to take this and I'm going to get rid of all of what's inside it, which is these things. Look who immediately comes back the minute I get rid of that stuff. That's funny, actually. And that's an awesome sink, so we're going to... Actually, can we put this on this side? Yeah. So we're going to put that in there like that. And then we're going to actually no, put a pole right there. Take don't need this much power, but you know, it's going to use most of it. The beauty of the fact is that this thing runs at half power, which means it only uses 15 instead of 30. So that's the beauty of it. It's only taken up half, so 15 out of 30, which allows it to go on there. And it's got a lot to read, so it's going to be a minute. Just wish there was a faster way to get that to consume, but unfortunately it doesn't really equate to much, so we're going to let it do its thing while we're over here building out a new factory. Just got to get rid of this guy first. Kill. Alright. So I have a copper node right here. This one is a pure node. This is the normal. And of course I have that. So I could, yeah, thinking here. Let's, what I need to make are those things. So smart plating. So the main part of this compact build is just to get what we need to get into tiers 5 and 6. After that, we'll probably redo it again. I want to say it's... Isn't it modular frames and rotors that are the two main factors in that? I want to say that that is what makes up the smart plating, because we can't manually make it. It has to be made. So let's look at... It's made in one of these, and I need rotors for that. So let's see. Do I have enough material on me to make some rotors? I have enough to make one. That's funny. Well, technically I have rotors. Not sure why I needed to do this. I have some of them sitting in that container over there. Anyway, I believe this is focused on. So yeah, so smart. Oh, reinforced iron plates, which is these, and rotors. So a lot of screws. So we're not even worried about copper at this point. So we're only focused on reinforced iron plates and rotors. Okay. So we need a lot of rotors, or a lot of not rotors. We need a lot of screws. So 12 a minute there, 25 or 12 a second there, 25 a second here. Oof. Okay. So we're definitely going to need to get over to this node, because this one is a pure iron node. And I don't want to try to go up the ramp again, so I'm just going to I'm just going to do one of these. Just ramp up that damn thing. To me, I would rather just do something a little more smarty smart like this, because this is a pure node right here. All right, so we're definitely going to be using that. We can use the other one. Now there is a pure node on the other side there. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We just need to get this over there. So stand like that for a second. Man, I just always bugs me to be in this space over here. All right. Now we're going to have to build up to 120 a minute on this one, because we don't have, for reinforced iron plates, I only have 9, which is enough to build machines, not enough to build anything else. So take it to there. I think get on this side of it. Let's do this. We're gonna go take it to there for right now. So we're gonna bring that from there down to here, and then we can just do whatever. I don't think we need to go with anything bigger than 2-meter walls. Yeah. So let's grab that. There. Now we have what we need right there. So we can kind of get a little bit of a base platform started here, so that way we have a nice flat space. Guess I did go all the way to 10, didn't I? Well, there we go. All right, so we need, we're going to definitely have to split this off, right? Because smelters, and we can I'll place one right here for the moment. These only go 30 now, because we need 4 of them essentially. So we need to bring in 4, which means this is going to split. We either bring in 4 or we overclock 2. But I don't have enough to overclock them all, so I don't think that's going to happen. But right, because if I go up, that's going to take it to what, 45. Yeah. No. And if I split right now, um, let me just think this out a little bit. If we do our first splitter here, right, that means that the first split will be 60. I'm going to take this out because I don't need it here yet. So the first split goes in, right, and then we're going to go 60 and 60. So we can go again here. Go again there. So now we there. There. So now we can do more of we're going to try to get this as compact as I can here, because that's the end goal. The logistics, maybe not so much, but let's see. We need to go like here. I go parallel there. Yeah, I'm going the wrong direction. I'm an idiot. You would think this thing would just know that if where I'm standing, and it would always go the opposite way. All right. Okay, now that we have all of the smelting parts done, we need to go and do the constructors. So these things output at 30, so it's 30 for 30. Okay. So let's go up. Oh, wow. I did not say to do that. I don't know where it got that idea from. It's too tall enough. I don't know. Is too tall enough, or do I need to go up a third? Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of clipping a little. So we'll go ahead and won't be let's go up. We'll go up one. Because like I said, I'm going for kind of a compact deal here. So now let's see. Still yellow? How is that still? That looks pretty clearance to me. All right. Now the fun part is I got to get up there. So I know what I would normally take to get up there would be a ladder, but I don't have a ladder at the moment. So, but I have one coupon. Is that enough for a ladder? I don't know. Let's put the thing over here. Awesome shop. And of course I need screws. Oy vey. I need 200 screws for that stupid thing. I could put a lookout tower in. It's not, I can't fly. That would be cheating. I'm not cheating, dude. I don't do the cheating. The only thing I could do at the moment would be to as if I ramp up to it. I do this instead. Okay. Now, I have 30 coming out of each one of those, so. And they're taking up, what, basically 3 squares. Now, I don't think I'm going to get that much of a compaction up here. Let's take a look. So, let's assume for the moment that I'm going to put in a constructor that will come out like that. Make sure they're still going the right way. Alright, I can only fit 3 of these in the same space, so these are 30 automatically, so that's good. But I have 4 of them down there. Rods are 15, so that's not going to quite work. I could overclock. Well, I can only overclock one of them completely to 200% because I think I only have enough shards to do that once. Which would make 30. So I think I'm going to have to go one more out this way. In order to accommodate the extra constructor that I need. Okay. So put this one to rods, or this one, these 2 to plates. So that'll essentially make 40 plates. If I do these with rods, they'll basically make 30, which isn't going to be enough. Because essentially this is 15. And I don't want to downgrade those downstairs, so probably should have moved that over. here. There. All right. So what we'll do is we'll take these out just because of my OCD here. This won't allow me to have that there. Okay. So let me see how many of those things I have. I think I have enough for one overclock. What are you doing over here? Get out of here. Stupid thing. Yeah, see, I only have one. Which means I can only have 2 of those like that. So I can overclock one of them to 200%. I need a lot of rods, or it's not the rods. I need a lot of screws made. So I can overclock one of these, but I'm going to end up having to create another one. So I'm not going to extend this out again, but what I will do is I will put it down here. And I am out of reinforced iron plates. So I need to make some. So let's go make some reinforced iron plates. Really need too many of them. I need screws. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll overclock the one that's down here. That way I do a direct one-to-one with it. Just make sure it's nice and lined up. That. So this one will be rods, and we will set that one up to be a 30 for 30. All right. So that being 30 for 30, that means that one will go right over there. Okay. I thought they were lined up. That was the whole purpose of lining it up, so it... Okay. Let's just fix that then. When you line it up by the things, it's not completely lined up. Okay. So we just move it back one. And now it should be close enough to be in line to where it'll look a little bit better. There. So there's that one. Now, they're not a direct, so I'm hoping that that one's a direct. This one's not quite a direct. It's kind of an in-between these two, really. It's going to be awkward, but it's fine. And then this one is going to be like that, but it's going to go... Ooh. That's ugly. I'll deal with that in a minute. So... They're not cute. Okay, that one didn't line up at all, so that's not going to work. Could do it that way. I got a feeling that's not going to do any good either. Figures that only one of them clearly lines up good. I really didn't think this through. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Because there's always a way, right? There's always a way. Give me a moment. Let me think about this for a moment. So I wanted to do this to where it was kind of open. It wasn't so, you know, by doing it compact, it means I don't have a lot of extra stuff. That was sort of the goal here. But it's not quite working out that way. So let's do this. Let's come out to here. For all of these. So those are all coming out. And now we'll that. We'll do that. This one we'll turn it this way. Like that. Now how's that going to work? Well, this one we can just sort of take it directly into there. Like that. And then we split it here. Feed it into there. This one's going to be tricky. You'd think that that one would just work, but no, it wants to be stubborn. It's probably going to be the more stubborn of the two. Interesting. Okay. So these are not really working out the way I want. So let's try something else. Try doing it at an angle. Not sure that's going to do any good. Yeah, I suppose that's one way to do it. All else fails, crisscross them. Really? Huh. I thought that would have worked better. So I bet that one works. Look at that. It fits in. Ain't that some shit? Well, wow, that's some like really weird ass patterns that this thing thinks it needs to go through. That make absolutely no sense at all. I know. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. It is crazy. Let me take that. Let's play with this one again. If height has anything to do with it. How is that? Okay. This one's gonna drive me a little bit batty. I will take it all the way the hell out of here. Surely from this distance you can figure out how to traverse over there. Yeah. Okay, not as compact as I'd like. But I'm not going for perfectionist building here either. This is just so we can get into tier, the next tier. Okay. Good. So we got all that situated. Nice. Now I don't know how much this is all going to add up to. These are only 2 apiece, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so 14 megawatts. 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Trying to figure out how many power supplies I'm going to need. You know, how many of these, or I'm sorry, biomass burners. How many biomass burners I'm going to need for this project. I am running low on rods already. I mean, technically I have these two down here. The only problem is I can't really do anything. Or I could do them, but I can't auto feed these, so. So like right now I need to put some more biofuel in this. All because I'm trying to get rid of all this shit. Which is almost gone, by the way. I'll let it run out. How many tickets are we up to now? 2. I'm on a roll. I am on a freaking roll. Alright. So we know that this is going to be making rods. And... okay. So these are already set for iron. That's good. So I already set the ones upstairs. Now I haven't set up any power poles yet either, so that's the next thing I have to do. But these are all set, so we have 2 iron plates, and then these 2 make 30 iron rods. So I have 30 iron rods a minute coming out of here, 30 coming out of the one down below. So that's good. So we're gonna join these 2 together. I'm gonna join, go that way. So here we can leave out there. And leave out there because what I have to do is I have to go make screws, which I'm gonna do down here. These guys, they output 20 and 20, so that's 40. Actually, you know what? I need to move that a little bit closer. Again, we're going for a little bit of a compact build here. Because I gotta put stuff a little bit close together here. Okay. That should be a little bit better. Might not seemed like much, but I'm gonna be like putting in a deal over here, so we're gonna put in another merger there. So that goes there. That goes there. Oh, that goes there. All right, so I have plenty of raw. So the plates are just gonna go straight into making whatever I need to make. Right. So actually, you know what? This whole upper area here can be used for the. Well, actually, let me go back down a second. I'm already losing my train of thought here. I know I need to make screws. That much I know. Now I believe, what, reinforced iron plates. We're just gonna, of course I need more reinforced iron plates, as I used them all. I'm gonna need at least 2 of those. I need a lot of screws. And let's just settle. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I need to get rid of that. That'll help. So I need more rotors. I'm pretty sure I have rotors sitting over here. Yeah, I got plenty of rotors over here. So I just need reinforced iron plates. Which right now are made from screws and... Okay, so that's really what I wanted to see. So I don't really have to do anything specific here. So I have the plates up top. So I need to make screws up there. And the rotors are the ones that need the rods and the screws. So I'm not going to be able to fire all this stuff up at once because I need to actually make some shit here. So I didn't build up enough stock, unfortunately. This is all done now. 2 whole tickets. Yay. Now, that yielded me some reinforced iron plates right there, so that helped out a lot. Yeah, so that helped out a lot, which is good. So we have 30 there, we have 30 here. Right? So let me set down another constructor for a moment. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to take it out in a minute, but it takes 10 iron rods to make 40 screws. Oh boy. Well, that's quite a bit. Way more than I thought it was, for some strange reason. Alright, so if I do one set of these, like this, let's say the bottom one here, this means I need 3 of these to make 120 screws a minute. Now, that's quite a bit. I don't think I need quite that much though, but considering I need to make both reinforced iron plates and rotors, I know I'm going to need a lot of screws. So I'm trying to think about this a little bit. Let me put one of these down real quick. So these feed in 60. So yeah, that actually isn't too bad. I think that's gonna work because these feed in 100 a minute. So that means I need 160 screws a minute to feed what I'm gonna do. So if I need 150, or is that 160? Damn it, now I gotta do it. Now I gotta look at it again. Yeah, 160. So I need 160 screws a minute. And right now, just one of these is making 40. So 3, that's 120. So that means I'm still 40. I'm still one of these short. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to have one of the ones from up here, right? Because I'm going to have 30 coming out of that. So right. I think I might unjoin those because I don't need all of it. I need part of it, but I don't need all of it. Now, how many rods do I need for whatever it is I'm building? This one. How many rods do I need? I need 20 rods a minute here. So I have 30 up there, so I'm still going to be a little bit short on rods. Not by much, but a little bit. Because technically I only need 10 out of that 30, which means I would only need 20. Or no, so I need 10 out of it, which means I'll be what? Yeah, so I'll have 20. So, oof. Yeah, I mean it's doable for sure, but it's definitely gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and put the walls up over here. I'm gonna build that second floor. I'm gonna need it up here. So. I have the little bitty walls here. And then we put 1 millimeter foundations in. All right, so I need 3 more. I need what, a total of 4 constructors down here. Oh, okay. They're coming out that way, so they need to face this way. So we might have to take this and just sort of extend it like that, just so I don't fall while I'm trying to line this shit up. So this one will just kind of come back over here. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough stuff to even make these in the beginning. I might have to start off with only part of it. Or I'm going to have to build up some stuff and until I have enough materials to actually add the rest of it in there. So, all right. So there are those. Now we're going to put the assemblies up on top. I don't think I have enough for those. Do I have enough for 2 assemblies? I do not. I have enough for 1. I do not have enough for 2. So I'm going to have to build up for it. Yep, I have enough for 1. Now, I'm going to have to do some adjusting here because I'm going to have to go up higher to have it go over top. Since it's going to feed double anyway, so I'll just take that out and raise it up. That shouldn't be an issue. But over here, we need to get this situated. So I'll have this feed these first 3. I was going to have it feed the last 3, and then maybe I'll have that come in up there. So let's just set these to screws. All screws. Now, before I get ahead of myself, there is something I really should try. And that is, remember I said I had that hard drive. there's always a chance that I could unlock the screw recipe that I would like to have, because then this entire thing changes. So let me take the chance. Let me roll the dice on this hard drive, and let's see. Let's see if we can get the right recipe. What do you guys think? You think I should do that? Should I roll the dice on this? Roll the dice and see what, see if I can get the right screw recipe. Now there is a chance I could get the good reinforced iron plate recipe that takes copper. That would be the other good one. Gildy, welcome to the stream. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go. Iron wire. We got copper rotors, which we're not making copper sheets right now, so that kind of sucked a little bit. The iron wire does not suck though. I am gonna leave it for now. But that's actually a good recipe, just not good for right now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that was not helpful in our little compact buildable way here. Okay. Oh, iron wire is good if you don't have a lot of copper, right? That's true. Well, yeah, if you're in an area that's really heavy iron, it works great. But I do have a copper node right here, so I'm not hurting for it right now. I guess one thing to keep in mind is everything I'm building right here is based off that pure node. I still have a normal node sitting over here that I can use if I have to. This is all off of one pure node. And even then, it's not even going to be running at full speed yet. But, it's going to be running really slow because I don't have the Mark II belts going into this thing. So it's not even going to be running efficient. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing wired up here so we can go ahead and have it start putting out material. All right, so let's put a pole here. And you don't have Mark II 3 miners. No, I don't. No, because we're still in tiers 1 and 2, so that's what we're trying to work through. Is we're trying to unlock tiers 3 and 4. Set that right there on the corner. Now I have the belts. I don't have the miners yet. Oh dear! I always feel like I'm going to fall over here. All right, that's just not going to work for me. There we go. Now I'm not going to feel like I'm going to have a coronary. If you guys watched the previous stream, which you can go back on YouTube and watch it, I literally fell, like, what, 10 minutes into the video or whatever, going up around there. I missed the jump and took the full plunge all the way down to the bottom. Classic blunder. That's actually I don't remember ever falling off of that. I might have done it maybe once a few years ago, but I honestly don't remember doing that any other time. All right, so let's just part one. This is all probably a really bad placement. Let me not just put that one in yet. let me run some of my lines first. At least these are ran. And I need to bring one upstairs. I cannot move very well over here. Squeeze! Yeah, it's definitely a different experience when you play with random nodes. when you have an expectation of having a lot of iron over here, and you don't, it definitely changes the dynamic a little bit. All right, so let's just take you. I have to be careful. I am a little low on cables, so I don't want to too far off of it. Right there-ish. There. So all of this will be able to get powered up. I'll have to put some power on it over there real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out. Instead, we are going to let's take it to there. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream. If you're on YouTube, don't forget likes and subscribes are very helpful. As we sort of kicking off this week, coming back to YouTube after what, 3 or 4 years or so of not streaming over here. Yeah, hard to believe, huh? Probably not that hard to believe. But all right, let me see, maybe I can put the power over here. I need to be able to, this will be the second time I've actually did one of these where I'm actually feeding it. 2 of these should be more than enough to handle everything. Line up there, God. There, so they'll be fed. I'll put a container over here, which I already have plenty of fuel. And we'll just put a power pole right there. All right. And I believe we can just run this right to there. Does that feel like? Okay, I don't care about it running through there. So let's see. Do I have enough for storage box? I do. Let me set it over here. Let's run a splitter. Why don't we come out here? That. There. Okay. Bring that up here. Kind of a funky way, but it works. Let's go get all of our fuel and have this thing at least start producing. This guy is so stuck over here. We got more than enough fuel for quite a while. And then while that stuff's kind of building out, I can finish getting some stuff over here. Okay. He's got those started. That one's already maxed, so I need more wire. Of course I do. Oop, skinny up. It's gonna make a little bit more wire. Or I'm sorry, I don't know. I always call this wire instead of cable. Need more cables. Cables. All right, we're gonna kind of get this started. We're gonna stop here in about right at about 10:30. It's 12 after right now. Just to kind of get y'all situated. Of course, I can't see very well, so. Okay. Oh, that one's maxed out. Okay. Ooh, actually, you know what? We're gonna put a pole right there. Hook that one. Okay. Because we still need to do things with these, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. Because I am still trying to decide if how I want to do that second level, so. These shouldn't be burning terribly bad. Yeah. We have 60 capacity and we're not even... by the time we start working on some of this other stuff, it's going to get quite busy, quite fit quickly. How are we doing on actual plates? We actually have plates, that's good. But this thing's making rods, so... building up the rods. That off. Okay, so up here is where we need assemblers. I don't like the fact that these things take up so much room. What if we take it like that? Because again, we're going for kind of a compact-ish style setup here. I can't get two of these in here, but I mean, I can, but I can't. I think the only way I'm going to make this work the way I want to is I'm going to have to I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to extend it out that way to get that to fit. Right, in order for it to kind of fit in line with the other things. And again, I don't have enough reinforced iron plates to make a second one, so yeah, we need screws for sure. They're all coming from downstairs, or will be. So I guess the first one could be reinforced iron plates, which is the one I need the most. So with that, I have 40 of these coming in, even though I don't really need 40. So, right. That's fine. Again, we're just doing this to make what we need, so... You say that to be about the same height? Probably. So that can just be fed in. Granted, it's not really going to do much until we do something with it. All right. So this will go ahead and take those in. I think what we'll probably do is make some of the screws now. Obviously, I can't make them all, but I can make enough. So let's do this. I need 60 of them. Which, you know, is basically two of these. Two of these would actually work perfectly. Of course, these are going the wrong direction for what I need, because that's being fed in the same way. But we do have rods up there already. So I could temporarily... No. I'll make it. I'll just be a little more creative here. So we're going to do a splitter. Let me make sure I'm going the right way. So this is not going to be going fully over to the others yet. So... just going to work off these first two for right now. So we'll just punch right off of this. So there's that. So I need to take those and then send them over to the other unit. Right, so I'm going to have them come up here and feed directly in to there. or actually, no, I'll have that come over. Crap. Because I have those rods there, I'm going to have to... I'm probably going to have to redo the output on this one. I may have to send it that way. Which is exactly the way I think I need to do it anyway, so... Right, 'cause it's just the one. Or no, it's both of these. So yeah, I'm going to have to send it downstairs, which means I'm going to have this go that way. So let me change that merger to make sure that it goes. Oh, that's a splitter. Okay. There, so that way it will go out that way. I don't think that's how I had it originally set up, so. So that way I can send that downstairs and figure out how I'm gonna send it over that way. So this will allow me to bring that stuff up here. Right, so these don't have any power, so as soon as they get power, which I'm getting ready to give them now, these will start making rods. I have the power pole right there. Go. So each of these are making 40, so I'm going to send them both upstairs. I don't have enough. I'm going to have to do like Mark II upgrades to this part because it's going to be slow for a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to have to send it upstairs, so up here, I think. So we'll just we'll merge here. This is just how we're going to have to make it work for right now. Send that upstairs. Not the most luxurious compact design here. This probably wasn't exactly what you guys thought I had in mind. Why the hell would it look like a twisted mess? Kind of an interesting build. Yeah. There, and as soon as I get enough reinforced iron plates, I'll start upgrading this line. But it's, you know, it's not going to happen right away, right? Because this thing has to feed 60. Actually, it's the max speed of the belt, right? So, but if I can feed it faster, that's the idealness, right? All right. Because even now, I don't actually have a like storage solution for these. I suppose they're going to have to go right next to it. Because I got to make a whole lot of these and a whole lot of rotors, right? So the rotors still have to get made. So maybe I'll just set it down there and we'll run it, you know, like set it down here. Like, let's say I put it there. And then yeah, some nice roller coaster funkery going on right here. So I guess as long as this one is running normal and it doesn't stop, it's fine. But I am pushing out 80 at that, so if anything, some of that's going to get, a lot of that's going to get split off because it needs to come over here. So it is going to get updated. Yeah, it'll get updated. But I'll let it build up a little bit before I do it. In the meantime, I at least have a way to get back down, even if it's slowly. So, yeah, it's not the most elegant of compact factories, but it is a start. It is temporary, just like any of the others, because, you know, everything over here will probably get loaded up on something and sent somewhere else for processing. I think that's typically what happens in this part of the map, right? So eventually we'll find a whole new headquarters area where we'll have a more permanent location. Whether it's down here at the bottom or farther down there or something. But for now, this works, right? For now. Like I said, these empty out at 40. You see how they're already backed up? So this line is the one that needs to be upgraded. So if I do logistics right, this should be 4. So, oh, hold on, I did that. 4. So now this is running a Mark II, so it's working faster. But it's still limited to 60 because, you know, how many of those did I use up? Let's see. I don't have enough plates. I need 4 more. How about 5 more? So it'll work faster until it gets up there, and then So if I wanted to... So now I have... You know, how much of this can I upgrade? So now that's working a little faster. 'Cause these only put out 5 a minute, so... So now all I have to do is just this section here. And then the whole thing will be updated to running at least 120. And that should help feed in. I mean, it's not going to help this thing, which will this thing will max out at some point, but it will definitely help. Because I have 4 right now. 5. And how many is this going to take to do right here? I need 1 more, and I can do this section. My ultimate goal when I start doing my real factories, and I talked about this before in older streams on Twitch, is that I want it to look a little more industrial. I'm not looking for fancy futuristic skyscraper looking builds. I'm looking for kind of like industrial hub. Probably less lifts like these, only when necessary. Otherwise, it'll be more ramp style. Like if I'm going from one to another, I might have it go up a ramp and do it all because it's part of the design. You know, just kind of something different. I've done builds where I've done the hanging. Where I've had it hanging from the rafters and things like that. Probably gonna do a little bit more of that too. Alright, so let's see if I can finish off the rest of this. Alright, so the whole thing's now running on a Mark II belt. So this should start picking up. Oh yeah, see that? It's picking up a lot more now. One advantage is if I overclock this thing and get it really fired up. Alright, good. Now all I need is to do the same thing with all of that. To feed all of those machines. Because right now there's, you know, these things are not running at full speed. Well, actually they're running fine, but you know, they could be running better. Because it'll take a little bit to, that's the section I need running at 120. Everything else should feed normally. Right? I'm not sure why these are actually running slow. They shouldn't. I guess it depends on if the bottom ones are running that way. Are these barely? Yeah, they're probably barely running. Yeah, that's why. Once we get this stuff in there, they'll be running at much faster speed. Alright, so we're a little past the time that I said I was going to stop. But that's just kind of normal. Have enough there. So So I need 20 to do that. So we'll kind of let it run a little bit awkward. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And what I'll probably do before Monday is I'll probably go ahead and finish getting this built out. It's going to take a while to get those plates built out, the 1250. So I may or may not have it already done. Or, you know, maybe I'll continue this with a regular YouTube video where I'll sort of kind of be continuing where I'm left off here and maybe go ahead and get the space elevator phase 1 complete. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. So I'm going to go ahead and save my work here. Let's see, phase 1 in progress. There we go. And that's going to do it for me. Go back to here. Appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with me, both on Twitch and YouTube. Don't forget, hit the follow on the Twitch, the sub on the YouTube, and like the stream if you liked it. And leave a comment. Feel free to leave comments to the live streams too. Any kind of feedback that you guys can provide is most helpful. This is my second live stream this week. And the last time not counting Wednesday, the last time I streamed live on YouTube was 4 years ago. So we are back on the YouTube, and I'm sure glad that y'all came out to help me with that and let me know how it was working and everything. And those of you on Twitch, appreciate everything you guys have done. And thank you everyone for your support on both platforms. We got a lot of plans of Satisfactory, so stick with me, and we'll catch you Monday. We'll be hopefully working on tiers 3 and 4. Have a good night, everyone.